Hello peeps, this is Tango and welcome back to Tango's World of Fics. Today I will be reading a new fic, a Saiki-k, The Disastrous Life of Saiki-k. I have never written I have never read a fic from Saiki-k. On this channel. I've read them, on my own time. But, yeah. And anyways, so this is Accidentally in Love by WritingIsMyCoffee. Here's the summary. When Saiki Kusuo decided to introduce himself to Satou Hiroshi, he had done so with the hope of acquiring a perfectly normal friendship. However, his inability of foresight fails to warn him of one crucial thing, that Satou would not only become his friend, but also fall madly in love with him. Because nothing in Saiki Kusuo's life can ever just be normal. Why did I read that so badly? Okay, notes. I have 2 papers due this weekend, but instead I decided to write another ongoing fic. I don't really have a set plan for this story, other than I hope to have fun with it. This series is wonderful, and Saiki's admiration of Satou gives me so much joy. I'm not asexual myself. Hey, I am. Yes, Tango is asexual. So please feel free to leave feedback or critiques for me. I want this fic to be enjoyable for everyone to read. Okay. No, but I am asexual, so by the way, yeah. So now you learned something about Tango. Yeah, you learned something about your girl Tango. What? Anyways, oh my gosh. Let's get into this. There is 17 chapters, and yeah, it was completed in 2023, so we're just going to get right into that. Chapter 1. Saiki Kusuo, Eradicator of Injustice. Kusuo starts his day by ending homophobia. Well, he doesn't completely eradicate it, but he does dampen it, severely. Tucked into a small bathroom stall, he takes out an antenna and cranks up the love and acceptance in the world, and quadruples the guilt of homophobes. Then he pops his antenna back in, washes his hands, and returns to class. As much as Kusuo enjoys the idea of being society's eradicator of injustice, the fact that he's not always going to be around to fix the world's problems. He has to ensure that it can keep spinning on its own once he's gone. And so, he leaves 10% of the work for everyone else. His efforts have certainly gotten the ball rolling towards a better tomorrow, and that's all that matters. Already, the change is evident. The hormonal thoughts that plague his mind are suddenly less based in heteronormity. The boys who never would have dared acknowledge their male classmates' qualities are now less opposed to the idea. Girls who had been at each other's throats and over spats of vanity find that envy turning more into admiration. No, Kusuo didn't make everyone gay. He just made them get over themselves and admit more easily when they see something they like. And honestly, it's a nuisance for him. He never felt any kind of attraction to anyone, and he can live a happy life without doing a quarter of the things these filthy minds are conjuring. But he didn't do this for himself. He did this for Kaido, whose thoughts have been so loud this past week, it's given Kusuo a headache. So maybe he did this partially for himself. But it's far more important to Kaido to figure out his feelings for Kobayasu before he breaks both of their brains. Plus, the amount of bargaining the guy had been doing to convince himself he was straight was pretty sad. Kusuo focuses on Kaido's thoughts, his gaze centered on the wrapped hands he's wringing together. There's nothing wrong with it. I might be, but I like girls. I can be both, right? Great. Kusuo forgot to get rid of the by and pan erasure. Another trip to the bathroom. What does that even matter? What am I thinking? Of course it doesn't. Why am I being so... Am I just scared? Aaron wouldn't be scared. He's crazy strong and he's so sure of himself. If anyone could take on Dark Reunion with me, it'd be him. Kobayasu, as it turns out, is just as scared as Kaido. Only Kusuo knows about this, of course. Just tell him, you coward, he screams internally. You're a man, so act like one. It never mattered to you who you like, and the worst Kaido can do is say no. But I really don't want him to. I want this to work. But what if I just make things awkward? I scare people enough as it is. I don't want to send him running too. The two of them are still hopeless. Kusuo believes in them, though, and not just because he can match them together in the blink of an eye. It's obvious to anyone with eyes that the two have already got something going on between them. Well, anyone but Nendo. When the bell dismisses the class at the end of the day, Kobayasu struts right up to Kaido's desk. Kusuo takes his leave and trusts them to handle the rest. Hey, buddy! There are unintended consequences to Kusuo's actions. Some good, some bad, and it's to be expected. Nendo seems unaffected by the subtle shift in culture, but there's not much changing him to begin with. He is a certified knucklehead, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, someone so genuinely oblivious to everything can be a relief, especially because, despite his appearance, Nendo is a good guy. And not that Kusuo will ever admit it out loud. He hardly ever admits anything out loud anyway. He ends up walking out of school with Nendo, who goes on about everything and nothing at all. Most of Nendo's words are pointless, but he lays them out before Kusuo without any need of interpretation. It's much easier to digest than panic thoughts of his classmates, all of whom have sudden motivation to do some soul-searching. One consequence Kusuo takes notice of right away is the absence of Teruhashi. Like clockwork, she is normally waiting to ambush him near the school gates. Today, she is nowhere to be seen. Kusuo halts for a moment and uses clairvoyance, just out of curiosity. She is chatting with Refuta at the shoe lockers, mind spiraling in a million directions. An interesting outcome, a huge relief for Kusuo, though. Seems he has finally been free of her admiration for him. In general, the world feels lighter, as if it just let out a deep sigh. Not everyone is immediately happier by comparison to this morning, but they are more aware, and that awareness is scary. Rightfully so. There is plenty of time for joy, and it can come later. Anyway, I gotta go grab groceries for my mom. Catch you later, buddy. Nendo ditches him halfway home, and Kusuo hadn't even noticed they had walked so far. Checking his results evidently took more time than he thought. Besides the occasionally wandering thought, it's relatively quiet for once. He reckons the general levels of stress in the world have also plummeted. There is also one voice in his head that is growing louder, someone walking his way, or in his general direction. I'll need to tidy up when I get home. I hope someone remembered to take out the trash this morning. Maybe I should help prep dinner too. Completely normal thoughts to have at the end of the day. The voice is soothing, a warmth filling Kusuo's chest. Everything is so much calmer now. Like, for the first time in a long time, everyone can untangle the thoughts in their own head. Kusuo sees Sato coming, of course, but it's still a pleasant surprise. All things considered, it has been a fairly good day for him. Why not end it on a high note? Sato spots Kusuo as their paths intersect, a friendly smile on his face as a normal form of greeting. They had been aware of each other's existence for a while, one more than the other, and they can't really be referred as strangers anymore. Kusuo finds himself smiling back. He basks in the normality, everything going exactly as it should with no deviations from the norm. It occurs to him the opportunity to make Sato's acquaintance is now, the world running as smoothly as it is for once. They are about to cross paths, a mere meter between them, and Sato's eyes widen, coming to the same conclusion that the conversation needs to be shared between them. It's a normal development in their relationship. That is when one of Kusuo's unintended consequences comes to bite him in the ass. Oh, Saiki-kun's kind of pretty, isn't he? What? Hello, you're Saiki Kusuo, right? Hold on, what? Yes, he is, but Kusuo can't possibly form a response after that. What's happening here? Is the universe so against him that not one thing in his life can be normal? What kind of omnipotent being did he piss off this badly? No. What makes this worse is that it was all Kusuo's doing. He ensured the happiness of his friends by sabotaging his own. Oh no, I must have gotten his name wrong, but I was so sure it was him. This is so embarrassing. A normal, fretful response. Kusuo hastily clears his throat, forcing himself to use it for once. Sorry, you caught me in a daze. Yes, that's me and your Hiroshi Satou, right? Satou's smile grows. Yeah, I'm surprised you've heard of me. I don't stand out much, or really interact with people outside my class. He knows me! That must mean he knows me from somewhere. Hopefully I made a good first impression. Kusuo fights the urge to wince. I've seen you play baseball. You're good. Well, he's average, but that won't be much of a compliment to Satou as it would be for him. He also does not mention his connection to Teritsuka, for the safety of his reputation. He thinks I'm good? Oh, thanks. That's awfully nice of you to say. Sometimes I feel like a dead weight, so that really means a lot to me. A normal amount of self-deprecation for a team player, though it makes Kusuo's blood boil. An average player can be depended on, too, to get the job done without any risk of throwing the game. They're the backbone of any sports team. Since when did he start sounding so much like Cairo? Kusuo didn't say anything of this to Satou, of course. Don't mention it. Heading home? Yeah, I've got chores to do. What about you? What do you normally do after school? Get dragged in a million different directions. Pretty much the same as you. Satou laughs. We must be pretty boring, huh? Oh no! I just called it boring! What's wrong with me? His panic is unnecessary because Kusuo is laughing with him. You've got that right. And Satou will never know it, but that is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to him. The warmth in Kusuo's chest is spreading to his toes. His laugh is really cute. Kusuo is doused in ice water. Their conversation had been so ordinary that he forgot the dangers lurking in Satou's thoughts. If they keep their current course, he knows Satou's feelings will deepen. The best course of action is for Kusuo to bid Satou farewell and never speak with him again. If pressed, he could go as far as to wipe the boy's memory. I shouldn't go into this expecting much. It would be nice to have another friend. Saiki seems so cool, too. Maybe too cool to hang out with me, though. How is Saiki supposed to walk away after that? I have to get going, he tells Satou. Satou visibly deflates. Oh, I see. Sorry for keeping you. It was too much to hope for. Kusuo musters the courage to continue. But I don't have any plans for Sunday. If you want, we could do something together. Pure starlight sparkles in Satou's eyes. Really? Okay, that works for me. Would you like my number? A normal follow-up question when two people decide to make plans. Sharing numbers can be purely platonic experience. There is no reason to assume things have to go further than they already have. After all, Satou seems content with just the little he has been given. Kusuo just has to thread the thin line between disinterest and leading him on to keep Satou invested in him. They pull out their phones and exchange numbers, and there's a clear blush on Satou's face, but Kusuo tries desperately to ignore it. Though he tries harder to ignore whatever heat is creeping up to his own cheeks. Damn nerves. This is so exciting, I can't wait. Great, well, I'll see you then. See you. Just as soon as it started, it's over, and Satou gives Kusuo a little wave as he passes. Kusuo returns it. He makes it 1 meter down the street, 2, and then he has to stop. What is with me? I feel so confident all of a sudden, and Saiki-kun is so nice. I can't believe I was so scared to talk to him. Kusuo watches his strength, and he leans against the nearby wall. He tries to smother Satou's thoughts until he's too far out of the range to hear him anymore. But it's too late. It's always too late. A normal relationship with Satou was destined to be unobtainable. At some point, Hiroshi Satou had fallen in love with Saiki Kusuo, and now Kusuo has made it much, much worse. Okay, that is the end of this chapter. Oh, I can't believe I didn't give kudos. I just did now. I love this so much. Oh my god, I'm also horrible at pronouncing like all of the names in Saiki-k, except for Satou and Kusuo. If you can't tell, that's like the main ship in this. That is my favorite ship in this series. I'm a multi shipper. Multi. I don't know. I ship multiple different ships with multiple characters. I like this ship though, and I think it's nice, but I just would hope that it's like, because I definitely think that, I don't know, is it confirmed that Saiki is Saiki? Wait, asexual. Yeah, okay, I think he's asexual. I feel like he would be the type to be like that. So I would want him to be with someone who wouldn't want more. And I feel like as a normal person, Satou might, like, want a little bit of, like, that type of relationship. But, like, I feel like, yeah, he would be more fine with it being, like, just without other stuff. Because, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's like the type. I feel like someone like Teruhashi. What the heck? I can't say her name. Teruhashi? Yeah. How did I say it before? Teruhashi. Ah, what the heck? Teruhashi. Yeah. Okay, anyways, oh my gosh. So I feel like her and Saiki, if that's like a ship, because that's like a ship, yeah. I feel like she's a little bit more pushy, and she would definitely kind of want what she wants. And I feel like that might make him uncomfortable at some points. I mean, I don't know. I'm asexual, by the way, so, like, I've said this in, like, another fic that I recorded too, but, like, I don't know. I like a Saiki because I feel like he gives that vibe. And I feel like a lot of fics have that he is. Also, anyways, I love how they're just, like, Saiki just changed everything so that his friends could be together. They could be together. And then it made him have someone, the guy that he's, like, spying on constantly, what? Made him like him. What? Yeah, anyways, I've read a few of the chapters of this, like, not all of them, but, like, maybe till, like, chapter 8. That was, like, a little while ago, so I kind of already forgot. I have horrible memory, by the way. That's a thing I have. Anyways, so, the summary for the next one says, Kusuo bargains, then bargains some more. Satou reveals himself. Reveals himself how? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Anyways, okay, that was an amazing first chapter, like, actually so amazing. I really like this fic so far, and I mean, from my past experience from reading it, very amazing. The creator wrote me for, like, a response to, yeah, they said, "Hello, Tango. OMG, I have never had anyone ask to make a podfic of one of my works. I'm so honored. You absolutely have my permission. And thank you for asking first. That's very kind of you. Please send me a link to the poetic once, wait, to the podfic, probably. That's probably why. It just autocorrect, probably. Once it's posted, because I would love to promote it. I'll make a link to your channel in the fixed description. Also, I'm very, very glad you enjoyed the story. That means a lot to me. Okay, sorry. I'm super bad at reading right now. But anyways, I'm going to look at their other fics. Do they have any other fics of things that I know? Wait a second. Mob Psycho? I know that. Let me see if there's, like... I could probably do a Mob Psycho one. That would be cool. But wait, what? Expand fandom's list. Oh my god, there's way more than that. I didn't know that you could expand the list. Accidentally in Love. Yeah, that's the one I'm reading. There's only one, though. One work by that. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that I know? So I know Mob Psycho from these ones. I really don't know that many of these. Like, okay, so no, I just know 2. That's unfortunate. Well, yeah, I'll take a look at the Mob Psycho ones. I don't know if I'm going to read them, though. Because I don't know if... I feel like I'll probably... I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, sorry for going on that. Just was, like, looking at stuff. So this fic is great. Oh my gosh. Please give them some kudos if you enjoyed it. If you didn't... I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it, okay? I'm so sorry you didn't enjoy it. But if you enjoyed it, thank you for enjoying it, and to, let them know that you enjoyed it. And, let me know what you think of this fic so far, and if you have any suggestions for fics I should do, or even if it's yours, I'll check them out and see if I want to do it, and if I do, I will send out a message to the author and see if I can get the permission, and then record. Let's go. Thank you so much for listening. This is Tango signing off. Bye!